Hello everyone. So today we are going to start with the next topic, which is probability, which is of exercise 17.5. Now basically probability means the chance or not sure. When we are not sure about something, when we talk about the chances, then for that we talk about probability. What are the possibilities? Possibilities, we say the word for this. Like you can see here it is written, he has no chance. Chance is there. It's possible that he may be chosen. Like it is not certain that he is going to be chosen, but there is a possibility. So when we are not sure about something, we use the word probability. Okay, now the next here is probability is basically determining the extent to which something may happen. So it can happen when you are not sure about something, something is going to happen or it may not happen. Then we use the word probability. Okay, for example, we are having these three types are there. First is certain to happen, that means it is going to happen, it is for sure it is going to happen. Sun rises in the east, yes, so this is certain to happen. The month of April comes after the month of March, yes, it is also true, so this is certain to happen. Impossible events. Now what are impossible events? A bird carrying an elephant, is it possible? No, it is not possible. An ant growing to a height of 5 meters, no, it is also not possible. So this is impossible. May or may not happen. It will rain in the month of August. We don't know whether it will rain or not. So it is may or may not. It can or it may not. Indian football team will qualify for the next football World Cup. Now it can happen, they can or they cannot. So this is may or may not. Okay. On the basis of these three, let's do the first question of the exercise 17.5. Question number 1 is classify the following into three categories, that is certain to happen, impossible, and may or may not. Lightning will be observed on every Sunday of this year. Is it possible? It can be. Like every Sunday it can be lightning or it cannot be lightning on every Sunday. So this is the event of may or may not. A coin shows heads after every toss. It can happen. If I'm going to toss a coin, one time head is coming, next time it may again head come, next time it might come again. So we are not sure about this. Tail can also come. So this is again the possibility of may or may not. C part is as the side length of the square increases, the perimeter also increases. Yes, correct. If there is a square, this is a square whose length is 2 centimeters. This is the square of length 2 centimeters. The perimeter is going to be 8. Now if I am going to make a bigger square, length is I am going to take 4 centimeters. 4, 4, 4. So obviously the perimeter is also increasing. So with the side increase in the square, the perimeter is also going to increase. So this is certain to happen. Okay, so this is certain to happen. Okay. Next D part is water flows from low lying area to higher level without an external force. It is impossible. Then an external force is required. For example, at your house, you must have seen motors are also there. So motor is the external force, right? So this is an impossible. Next, a car without any fuel will travel 1000 kilometers. How is it possible? A car without petrol, without diesel, how it can travel 1000 kilometers? So this is impossible event. When a die is numbered from 1 to 6 is rolled, it shall land with 9 on top. Now you are throwing a dice, and on in the dice while playing the Ludo, you must have seen that there are 6 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there 9 number also on that? There is not. So how 9 can come on the top while throwing a dice? So this is an impossible event. Okay. So this was a question number 1 which you will be doing in the book. Now let's move to the next concept, which is experiment. We are going to learn certain terms now regarding the probability. Let's move to that. The first is experimental probability. Now what is the meaning of this? For example, I said I have thrown a coin or I have thrown a dice. So this is the experiment which I am doing. If I am throwing a coin, then head and tail is coming. So this is an experiment which I am doing. If the head will come, then I will go to the market. If tail will come, I'm going to stay at home. So this is the experiment which I'm doing. Okay. So tossing a coin is called as the experiment. Tossing a dice is throwing a dice is also an experiment. Right. So experiment means the event, the activity which we are doing. The two possibilities on throwing the coin. Now, what are the possibilities on throwing the coin? What can come? Head and tail can come. So, those two are called as the outcomes. Those two possibilities on throwing the coin, head will come or tail will come. So, these two are the outcomes. We call it as the outcomes. When we throw a dice, what are the outcomes? What can come when we throw the dice? 1 can come, 2 can come, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these numbers can come. So all these are the outcomes. Okay. So I hope that you have understood what is the meaning of the outcome, what is the meaning of the experiment. Now the next term is sample space. Sample space means when you are going to list all the outcomes in a bracket, that is called as the sample space. For example, when you were throwing a dice or you were tossing a coin, while tossing a coin, head and tail was coming. So the sample space you will write like this, head and tail within the bracket. So this is the sample space, right? For example, you are throwing this dice. What are the outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The number of outcomes you are going to write like this. The sample space you are going to write like this. All the outcomes inside the bracket, inside the curly bracket. So this is called as the sample space. Now on the basis of this, we have question number 2. Write the sample space of the following random experiments. Now these are the experiments which were done. First of all, let us see in the notebook. Question number 2. Tossing a coin. When we tossed a coin, what are the outcomes? Either head will come or tail will come. So that is going to be the sample space, and sample space you are going to write in the curly brackets, all the outcomes. Next, rolling a dice numbered 1 to 6. Now the sample space, what will come? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because in a dice, 6 numbers are there from 1 to 6. So what is the sample space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spinning a wheel consisting of 4 parts colored as violet, red, white and yellow. Now there is a circular wheel, right? Now I am going to spin it. This is having violet color, this is having white color, this is having yellow, and this is having red. Now I am going to spin it. After spinning it, either violet color can come, either this white can come on this arrow, all these can come. So these are the possibilities, and those possibilities are the outcomes. All those outcomes we have written in the sample space. So sample space will be all these 4 numbers inside the bracket. Violet, red, white and yellow. So this is the sample space. Okay. Now let's do the next one. D part. Selecting an odd number between 1 and 20. Odd numbers you have to tell between 1 and 20. You are not going to use one number here because they are asking between. So the numbers which are odd, all the odd numbers which are between 1 and 20, write them inside this bracket. 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. 17 also is there, and then 19. Okay. So these are the sample space. And this was your question number 2. Now let us come to the word probability. Now what is this probability? On the basis of this, we are going to do the next questions. Probability means the number of outcomes occurs to the total number of outcomes. Now what is the meaning of this? If I have thrown a dice or I have tossed a coin, head will come or tail will come. So if I am asking you what will be the probability of head, out of head and tail, out of head and tail, what is the probability of head? So this is going to be the number of the favorable outcomes, because I am asking you the probability of head. So here, out of these 2, this is the total, right? How many total are there? 2. So in the denominator, you will be putting the total outcomes, the total number of outcomes. In the sample space, how many total number of outcomes are there? 2. And head is coming how many times? 1 time. So the probability is going to be 1 upon 2. Similarly, if I ask you what is the probability of tail? Probability of tail means out of the total outcomes, how many total outcomes are there? 2 outcomes are there. And how many times it is coming? 1 time it is coming. So answer is going to be 1 upon 2. So what is the formula for this probability? The number of times the outcome occurs divided by the total number of outcomes. Okay, so this is the formula which you are going to apply in each and every question. Now there is a range of this probability. Probability is going to lie between 0 and 1. It will not be less than 0. That means probability cannot be negative. Probability cannot be more than 1. It can be 1. It can be 0. It can lie between 0 and 1, but it will not go in the negative side and it will not extend the positive side of 1. Okay. Now 0, if I say, like for example, we did right now one question, throwing a dice from 1 to 6 and 9 will come. Can 9 come in the dice? No, so that is an impossible event. So the probability of an impossible event is always 0. Similarly, sure event. When something is certain to happen, that means the probability is sure. That means the probability is going to be 1. And if something is may or may not, chances are there, then we say that it is going to lie between 0 and 1. Let's do the questions regarding this, then you will be able to understand all the questions. Now let's do question number 3. Question 3 is, a coin is tossed 500 times. Head appeared 275 times and rest of the times tail appeared. Find the probability of heads and tails. Now what is the meaning of this? A coin was there which was tossed 500 times. One time tossed it, head came. Second time, tail came. Third time, head came. Fourth time, head came. Like this, anything can come. So in these 500 times, head appeared 275 times. And out of 500 times, the remaining were, what came? Tail came. So 500 minus 275 is how much? 225. And what were the total outcomes? 500. You have to find the probability of the head also and tail also. So for this is the perfect way of writing the answer. In this, firstly, you will be writing the formula for probability. What is the formula for probability? Number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number of outcomes. Now what is the favorable outcome? For example, I have to ask you the probability of head. What is the head? How many times head has come? 275 times. So 275 divided by the total number of outcomes. What are the total number of outcomes? 500. So 275 upon 100. Now that is completely your choice whether you want to cancel these two or not. You don't want to cancel it, that is also perfect. If you want to cancel it on any common table, that is also fine. Next is probability of tail. Tail came how many times? 225 times divided by total number of outcomes, and the total outcomes were 500. Okay, so this probability came out to be 9 upon 20 after cancelling it. And this is your question number 3. You can pause the video to note it down. Now let's move to question number 4. All the questions are same. They are based on the probability. A die is rolled 200 times. Find the probability of each outcome. Now when a dice is thrown, what are the numbers which can come? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are the numbers which can come. And the dice is thrown 200 times. That means when it was thrown 200 times, 1 came 25 times out of the 200 times. 2 came 36 times. 3 came 34 times. 4 came 28 times. 5 came 33 times. And 6 came 44 times. So this is the data already given in the book. You have to find the probability of each of these outcomes. These are the outcomes. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these are the outcomes. So firstly, how many total outcomes are there? 200 are there. And what is the probability? Write the formula for probability. Number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes. Favorable outcomes means the probability of the number about which we are going to find. For example, the probability of number 1. Probability of number 1. The moment you are going to use this word probability, that means you are going to divide it by the total outcomes. 1 is coming how many times? 25 times. So it will be 25 upon 200. Again the same thing, you want to cancel it, you can cancel it. You want to keep it same, you can keep it same. Probability of 2. 2 is coming how many times? 36 times. So 36 upon 200. Again you can cancel it. Probability of 3. Now 3 is coming 34 times. So 34 upon 200. Probability of 4. 4 is coming 28 times. So 28 upon 200. You can cancel them on the table of 4. So it will be 7 upon 50. Probability of 5. 5 is coming 33 times. So 33 upon total outcomes, which is 200. Now these are not getting cancelled on any table. So it will remain same. Probability of 6. 6 is coming 44 times. So 44 upon 200. Answer is 11 upon 50. Okay. So this was your question number 4. You can pause the video to note it down. Now let's move to question number 5. Question number 5 and question number 6 are also the same. You just have to find the probability of each outcome. Now in a school of 400 students, a survey was conducted on their favorite subject. Find the probability of for each subject. So there are, out of 400 students, 78 students like Hindi, 90 students like English, 86 students like maths, 115 students like science, and 31 students like SST. Again, what are the total outcomes? 400. The formula of probability you will be writing, and then you will be writing the probability of each of the subjects. Hindi, how many students? 78. Out of the total outcomes, which is 400, you can cancel it. It will come 39 upon 200. I have cancelled these two on the table of 2. Probability of English, Hindi, Science, SST, same way as we have done in the previous question. So you will be doing it by yourself. Okay. You can pause the video to note it down. Now, question number 6. Question number 6 is also same. A spinning wheel shown below is spun 30 times and the results are recorded in the table. Find the probability of each outcome. Now, there must be a spinning wheel like this. In that spinning wheel, there were these numbers and these colors were there. White, green, rose, blue, yellow, red, like this. 6 colors were there, right? Now when we were spinning the wheel, on the white color came how many times? 7 times out of 30. Green color came 10 times. Rose means it came 6 times. Next, blue 2 times, yellow 4 times, red 1 time. So now what will be the total outcomes? 30 is the total outcomes because it was spun how many times? 30 times. You have to find the probability, write the formula of the probability, number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number of outcomes, and find out the probability of each of the colors. Okay, white, how many times? 7 divided by the total. Green, how many times it came? 10 times. So 10 upon 30, 30 is the total outcomes. Rose, 6 times it came, 6 upon 30. You can cancel these two on the table of 6. So it will come 1 upon 5. Probability of blue, 2 upon 30. That will be 1 upon 15. Probability of yellow, 4 upon 30. Probability of red, 1 upon 30. So this was your question number 6. You can pause the video to note it down. Now one more thing I want to tell you. In all of these questions, from question number 3 to question number 6, one thing is common, and that is when you are going to add all of these numbers. When you are going to add all of these numbers, the probability will come out to be 1. The total probability is always 1. So when you will be adding these numbers which are having the same LCM 30, on adding this you will be getting the probability 1. Okay, so that means your answer will come out to be correct. Now in this question, 78, 90, 86, 115, 31. When you will add it, it will come out to be 400. So when 400 will be divided by 400, it will come out to be 1. So that means the total probability is 1 and hence your answer is also correct. Total probability is always 1. Okay, so you can complete this exercise in the notebooks. Thank you.